For the next portion of your night, I want you to think a little bit about your technology professional learning plan. Remember that this is like a professional growth plan or a professional development plan that you will do when you're a teacher in a classroom. It's part of your certification with the state. So, the goal of this is for you to get to experience the freedom to learn about what interests you in the area of technology. I gave you a couple of resources last week. The steps to completing your technology professional learning plan. And in those steps, we kind of talked about step one, which was starting to think about finding your topic. I gave you a whole bunch of different ideas of questions, and I really want you to think what you want to spend the time learning about. It's not often that we get to choose our path in a course, but I really want you to do that with this project. So, thinking about that topic was last week. I wanted you to get an idea. This week, I want you to narrow the topic to fit the assignment. This is the bulk of your outside of class work, so I really want you to plan on spending, you're probably going to spend 8 to 10 hours really researching and thinking about this topic that you've chosen. So, thinking about step 2 and 3, I want you to move to the writing your question, setting a goal for this professional learning plan. Okay, so when you click the log on the assignment for checkpoint 1 in Canvas, it's going to prompt you to make a copy of it. Go ahead and do that because this log is going to be what you turn in so that I can comment back to you and we can have those conversations about where you're going with your professional learning plan. So here's what your log looks like. Fill out your name, and it just gives you a spot to write all of this down. So your topic, the question that you're researching, what your goal is with this, explain how you plan to achieve the goal, and then start thinking about your search criteria. That was back in the steps and really set you up for searching the internet and starting to find some of your research. That is down on, here we go. There we go. That is step 4, where you're brainstorming your search terms to begin researching for your project. And once you've done that, you're ready for step 5 to start gathering notes. So your log here, everything up here is required for checkpoint 1. That sets you up to be able to research. This is all due on October 31st for this course. I will then begin commenting back to you and getting you some feedback as quickly as I can so that you can move on with your next steps. Follow the steps in your steps document. You're ready to research now. Use your log as a spot for recording what you're learning. Now, for checkpoint 2, you're going to have to explain the impact that this is having, cite evidence and sources. This is where you can start recording. You can put all of your research in this log so that I can see the progress you're making and what you're doing. At the end When you're ready for checkpoint 2, you're going to summarize the progress that you've made. This is to help me know that you're working forward, hopefully to help you not save this project until the very end. I wouldn't want you to try to cram it in. So that's what takes you up to checkpoint 2. You should be ready to look at your topic, your question, your goal, and get that sent in. We are going to pause for a short technology break. I want to introduce you to a site that I use every single day. This site is called Exit Ticket. I use this for formative assessment every block, twice a block, at the beginning of the block and again at the end. So because I have confidential student information in my Exit Ticket, I have pulled up their toolkit for teachers that will show you exactly what the screens look like and show you examples of why I love Exit Ticket so much. So first thing is, once you've got your class set up, it is super easy to get kids into Exit Ticket. It does have a requirement in privacy policy in terms of use. It mentions 18 years at one point. However, Exit Ticket doesn't require personally identifiable information of students. My students have entered their first name and their last names are something random like a superhero or a comic book character. That's how we use Exit Ticket in my class. It is Apple, Android, and Chrome friendly. Students go to exittix.com, use your class code that you can project. The reason I love this site so much is because of the heat map that I get to see during a ticket that my students are taking. I just put in 4 or 5 formative little checkpoint questions, and this is the screen that I get to see. As students are taking the quiz, the answers immediately pop up. Green is correct, red is incorrect. It automatically color codes students, so I know if somebody is in the red, I absolutely need to have a small group mini lesson with those students. Students who are in the green, I can go ahead and move on to the next skill. They've got what I want them to know. So again, that technology break was all about the site called Exit Ticket. Exit Ticket is for formative assessments. You can use it K-12. Fantastic teacher dashboard. It makes differentiation in my class very easy. So our goal tonight was to talk about really looking at enhancing student learning with technology. So I want to bring us back to the SAMR model. This is where we've got the levels of technology integration. We talked about last week wanting to be at the modification and redefinition. I pointed you towards the rubric that my link wasn't wanting to work. Here it comes. And really offered that the best thing about this rubric is all of these little Google links that link to videos to really show what lessons look like when you incorporate technology at high levels to impact student learning. So along those lines, I want you to start thinking about lesson planning and how you could use technology to enhance your lesson design. I told you I use Exit Ticket. That's my beginning of the block and my very end of the block. Students start thinking about their learning by seeing how they score on their Exit Ticket. They end the block also reflecting on their learning. In this rubric, there are all sorts of videos that will give you different ideas on what you could do
I teach fifth grade. It's a mosaic class.
to transform the learning in your classroom. Click around, really look. As long as you're looking at the infusion and transformation levels on this site, you can click around at the different content areas and get different videos at different levels, K-12, for students, for your knowledge, so that you can see what materials are required, what grade level, and you can visually get some ideas for where to go with your lesson plans. So here is the lesson plan template that we're going to use. I believe it's the same one that you're using in general methods. Really look at this, and for this course, I want your focus to be on innovative technology use in your lesson. You may choose any topic, any grade level, anything you want to teach. I just want to see good use of technology at higher levels on that SAMR model. Your lesson plan is due November the 5th. Please feel free to turn it in early, ask for my comments, take the time to use those comments to improve it if you'd like. All I ask is that it is engaging and technology based.